You, Mansour TheGreat right here. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having a good day. So like I said, this is going to be the daily vlog. I had myself a nice little cheeky coffee, wake myself up, then go through my emails, organise and reschedule a couple of local league games, also find a new location where we can actually host our games, make sure that all the players know what's going on and things like that, and just moving on from there. So I had a conversation yesterday. I'm having loads of conversations, and as you can see, I like to share my conversations and my findings with my audience, which are you guys, or with you guys, women, young people, old people. However you manage to find this page, it's not an accident. You're supposed to find this page. Anyway, so yesterday I was having a conversation, and it was talking about how we was having this conversation, and we was talking about how, like, we all love like these winners, right? So the winners are like everyone who's successful. Like, let's say we're talking about sports, right? So we love when they win. Yeah, we admire them. So just think of everybody. Just think of everybody who you know is the top at their profession, whatever profession. Racing, who's the top, right? Football, who's top? Or let's just say top 5 or top 2 or top 1, you know, basketball, golf, tennis, all right? Now, most people, when they admire someone, they focus on the skill. Like, if you really think about it, even when you're younger, right? I'm a Jordan fan. That's the era, you know. Lets you know a little bit about my age, all right? So I remember we used to play like in secondary school, right? And at lunchtime, our school wasn't known for basketball. We weren't like, I went to Paul's Way, by the way. So we weren't known for basketball. It was a very eclectic, a predominantly Indian Asian. So we had like a lot of students from Bangladesh there, and sprinkle a couple of students from Africa. We had a couple of students from China, Japan, and a smidgen of like English white students. I say white people, students, and so we didn't really specialize in any sports. We were just like all put together, and lunchtimes we would still have fun. So there was a time when basketball started to get big in London, and we started to get wind of it. We'd always participate, but we were never really good. We had the best player in our school, or let me rephrase that, the guy who was like I couldn't understand how someone could love basketball this much, yeah? I won't mention his name because he's a big man now, he's got kids, and he would be embarrassed if I mentioned him, but he went to St. Paul's Way, and he always had a basketball. He was serious. Like, he's still a serious guy now, but he was just like, he was just so serious about basketball, but he loved it. And at that age, I was like, what's wrong with this guy, right? Little did I know I would become him and pass him in terms of the love for basketball, because he doesn't even play anymore. Anyway, big up to you, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so lunchtime, we play football predominantly in England, and then there's this game. This game's called Knockouts, right? Everyone from London knows how you play this. You have one goalkeeper, and you say there's 5 people, or let's say, because you know there's like loads of people, so it's like 10 people. So one goalkeeper, you kick the ball out. If you score, you go to the next round. It's really simple. It's a really fun game, to be honest with you, and it's free for all. So it's everyone versus everyone. So it's like, you see when you play Call of Duty and you go free for all. It's literally like that. And the person who doesn't score is out. You do that all the way until you get to the finals. So we always just do it football. So one day I would like to take credit for this game because it's my story, so everything that I say, I'm the inventor, being facetious. However, yeah, so we came up with this game, knockouts, but we played knockouts with basketball. All the people went Supporters Way, break time, you know this was the game, like break time just go quick. So we played this game called Knockout, right? So basically, how it starts is one person shoots, and then it's about 15 people. You score, you go through. There's no clearing. Sometimes we played no clearing, and you just keep going one-on-one until either the bell goes or until someone wins. Now, when we used to play at that time, everybody would call out their favorite player, right? So at that time, when you're young, you're watching basketball, right? And you see someone do a reverse move, right? In your head, you're focused on the skill. You're like, rah, like how did he do that reverse move? And at that time, so when you're young, you can't dunk, innit? Well, some people can't. I couldn't at that age, right? So everything is a layup. And we like, as African, we love sauce. Yeah, that's a double entendre. So we love sauce, yeah. So we would go in, and you call out your favorite player, right? So when you're playing, people just be like, Jordan, and they'll shoot. Or they'll go for like a basic layup, they'll do like a triple pump and try and score, and they'll call Jordan's name, like Jordan. Everyone does that, right? And also there's like this funny YouTube clip online where this guy is on, he's doing, he calls that Kobe, yeah, and there's a table. And it's a ping pong table, and you can find it on YouTube. Just about Kobe ping pong, and basically you see it set up, and you see this guy. He just runs, he jumps, and he goes Kobe, and then he literally just jumps on his table, breaks his table. I think it's absolutely quite funny. But going back to what I was trying to say is, it's like we always focus on the skill of what the athlete has done. We never really focus on the mentality. Like we never say to ourselves, well, I'm a bit older now, but you never say to yourself, oh, how does that person think of how to do what they do? I had a coach who I used to play for, and it's amazing how much you learn from a coach, especially when you stop talking to them. Or they stop talking to you, whichever the way it is. But he's cool. You know how it is, you live and you learn, you get older and you reflect, and you really do laugh about some of the dumb stuff that you did. I'm talking about myself and vice versa. We're all human, but it's hilarious. So yeah, and so he always used to say, it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. Rah, 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 rah. It's a mental thing. And someone was like, shut up, bruv, man. Like, they got buckets on them. What do you mean it's a mental thing? Little did I understand, little did I know. Reflection. So anyway, in this conversation I was having yesterday, just talking about sports and whatnot, and we were talking about how in different countries, the way children are brought up, the values that they're taught in school, and sometimes the actual culture which they grow up in, it makes them, I wouldn't say it makes them lack certain things when it comes to sports, but if your environment is one where they baby you, there are going to be certain areas where you need to be able to say to yourself, as a good person or as a human, and you should want to be treated how you want to be treated, and you should be really nice to people and all that thing, all those great stuff, all the positive things that you really should try to aspire and live your life to do, to become a better human being, which is awesome. However, when it comes to sports, there's a mentality that each person must have in order to be able to level up. I've always talked about leveling up. Books come and level up, yeah? It's already done, so don't try and steal it. All right, so level up. So what I mean by level up, I mean like your mentality. You've got to level up your mentality. So why is it that American players, they have that dog attitude, right? And they like, they go get it, like nah, like, hold on a sec, me and you, we're playing whatever. Oh, I want to beat you, like, I really want to beat you. When we're finished, we can be friends, but whilst we're on here, I'm going to beat you. Like, that's their mentality as a nation. It's a very competitive culture from top to bottom, and as a result, they produce arguably some of the best athletes, standard, right? So then you think to yourself, every country in the world, so the conversation was one of a long one. Loads of coffee was being drank, by the way. And then I just start looking at different nations and their culture, and how their culture sometimes shape the way that sports is played within their countries. And so then I said to myself, hold on a sec. If skill is not the issue, because skill comes after hours and hours of practice, dedication, and things of that nature. Some people need to practice longer in order to be able to master the skill and things of that nature. I'm not talking about skill, I'm talking about mentality, because if everybody practices the same amount of time and everybody puts in the same amount of stuff, and let's just say technique for technique, everyone's got technique down. The difference is the mentality. So what can you do to try and help and change the mentality of players across the world? It's to actually let them know that it's more than just skill. It's self-belief. It's putting in that extra work. It's that concentration. It's okay to want to destroy somebody else. Like, literally, it's okay for you and your friend to go to the basketball court and you destroy them. I mean, just destroy them. They'll be upset. They might not call you for a couple of days, but you destroy them. So, like, why? Because steel sharpens steel. Now, the more you destroy your friend, two things are going to happen, all right? Because you have to destroy your friends. That's where most competition happens. All my friends know from when I was young. Like, they used to kill me on the basketball court. Kill me. Oh, I used to get dunked. Oh, it was embarrassing. But that made me want to get better, because my friends were really good. Like, if I tell you, like, sometimes I sometimes sit down and think to myself, do you know how good that guy was? Like, amazing. The stuff that you see in high school is nothing. I'm telling you, like, the things that you watch on YouTube, like, we saw it live. And I'm not even talking about National League, I'm just talking about in a park. National League was a different story, but what I'm just trying to, I'm gonna wrap this up, because I'm getting quite nostalgic at the moment, because it's just like, talking about sports is fun. So we're talking about mentality, and it's a case of letting people know it's okay to compete. It's okay to want to be a winner. You should want to be a winner. Like, there is nothing in life that says you are not allowed to be a winner. Yeah? I think the best thing I've ever done in my life was one day I woke up and I threw all my trophies out. All of them. Like, every single trophy I ever got. Before, the trophy used to be up in my mum's house, like, everyone's like, oh. And it means a lot when you're young, like, all those trophies. You're like, oh my gosh, it's my achievements. I got first place, second place, blah, 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 blah. And I got to an age and I was like, what do I need these trophies for? I threw that stuff out. Because the trophies I didn't need to see the trophies to know that I won. I didn't need to see the trophies to know that I am a winner. I earned every one of my trophies, and at the time when I received them, it was awesome. Like, it was awesome. Young people, go get your trophy. Get it. Go get your rings. It's all about rings. Don't get me wrong. Yeah? It's about winning. Teach your kids, teach your players the importance of winning. Teach your kids, teach your players the importance about failure. Don't shy away from wanting your players to be winners. Don't be shy away from pushing your players within moderation. Obviously, you have to be, you have to know which players and what players want to aspire to be great. You know, those that are hungry feed. Those that don't want to eat, you can't force feed nobody. Metaphor. So my whole thing is, it's just this conversation, this reflection. I said to myself, I've always been a winner. Like, seriously, I am a winner. Like, I've always been a winner. As soon as I put my mind to something, I win. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that it's going to be pretty. You're going to be pretty terrible for a long time. People are going to laugh at you, you know, probably get dunked on a few times. It's just like, this is everything. And as long as you understand that it takes time, you know, the great author, Sci-Hi the Prince says,
I say greatness takes time, so you can't rush me.
greatness takes time. Quotable, freestyle, funklet, good music. So just know to yourself, you do something that you enjoy, you love what you do, why don't you want to be the best? Become the best you. And feel no way about destroying people. Because when you look at the winners, can you remember, do you remember the person who gets dunked on? Or do you remember the person who done the dunk? Do you remember the goalkeeper who didn't save the penalty? Or do you remember the person who scored the free kick from her halfway line? Do you remember the person who didn't come first in the 100-meter race? Or do you remember 1, 2, 3? Okay. Do you aspire to be the person who didn't make it to the Olympics? Or do you aspire to the person who made it to the Olympics? You aspire and you admire all the people who are successful, all the people who have that winning mentality. So teach your kids, your players, your friends, your family, people who are around you to become winners. And that was my reflection yesterday. Hope you enjoyed this entry. Every day I will be releasing a video, and my slogan, okay, my name is Mansour TheGreat, obviously you don't know that, but my slogan, and I was quite upset when I gave this slogan out. I went to a business guy and I was like, yeah, so my slogan for my company is ra ra ra, and he's like, that's not a good slogan, yeah. And I was hurt, yeah, and I was like, oh no. So I thought, let me change my slogan. I was like, man, my slogan's hard. Source Sports, Mansour TheGreat. See you soon, bye.